bargains all around in this issue. Hello and welcome to a Smurf P video, and today we are looking at Uncanny X-Men issue 14, and on the front we have a very menacing Cyclops looking ready for business with his team of X-Men and some lightning in the background. It's pretty cool. Of course they look a bit old in the background, but it looks awesome. I like the art. And here is the main cast. And there's the synthesis. There's a talented team that brought this issue together. And this is Forever Part 4. And here's a background of what's been going on. Oh, got caught. So basically there's a mutant on the run. And somewhere in a bar, Valerie Cooper is being met by Scott and Wolverine. And they're to get her to help them, or they're there to persuade them. Meanwhile, Reaper is greeted by Madrox. He's the mutant who has knocked off a pharmaceutical. And so pretty much the deal was kind of struck. Cyclops is saying, you know, wouldn't you want some big scary mutants to help you out when the going gets tough your end? You do us a favor, we do you a favor. Meanwhile, Madrox messes up with Reaper, and it's down to the scary kids, as they put it, to collect them, and the New Mutants look a bit scary. I still think of them as New Mutants, no matter how things change. So the reason that they wanted to capture Reaper is not because he robbed the pharmacy, is because he has been offered an opportunity to join the Liberation Mutant Front. I think that's right. I could be wrong. It's a group that I'm not overly familiar with, or I never really followed, apart from Joanna Cargill, Tempo, when they're with Exodus. That's pretty much the only time. Meanwhile, Dark Beast is enjoying being part of the X-Men. He enjoys a bit of banter. Meanwhile, Wolverine says there'll be a point when there is no banter. So Dark Beast gives Cyclops a tip of where the Marauders are. So as you can imagine, they jump in. Havoc thinks nobody's there. Wolverine tells him different. And Rain here is pulled back by Scrambler. However, his powers affects her techno-organic a bit differently, and she reacts a bit badly, and they can't get through to chase Scrambler. Meanwhile, Wolverine says, make a hole. And, you know, he's like, he knew we were on the 4th floor, right? So Wolverine does what he does with his great big healing factor. He jumps. So when they catch up to Wolverine, he has a knife in his eye. So was it Scrambler? No, it was Callisto. And Madrox is taking him, and she makes a fun of, you know, get your hands off me, Xerox. So, you know, photocopiers, etc. And basically she shows the X-Men something bad that takes you back to Mutant Massacre back in the mid-80s. Pretty much once again, there's been a massacre caused by maybe Scrambler or the Marauders. So far, you know, they were just hunting Scrambler, but I suspect it's more all of them. And Chamber turns up. He says, you know, he turned you away, but I messed up, you know, my people kind of got killed, as he's putting it. It would be interesting to see how he came to join Callisto and the Marauders, but it makes sense with his face being basically on fire. It does make sense. So Cyclops makes a phone call, and it's a deal where if they take out a bunch of rebels for Val Cooper, they get an opportunity to stay in their house. So therefore the Morlocks are safe and put away. So boom, straight in some action. Straightforward. or they think that they're Avengers, but Cyclops is like, nope, tell them who we are. Sorry, promos as they always are. So pretty much he gathers them all up and, well, shoves them down a hill. And I love this bit, Cyclops, where he's like, let's take them out, but no killing, Logan. You know, it's just like, feels a bit like the good old days, but sort of when Cyclops was trying to keep the mutants alive at the same time during the decimation era, and when they ended up on Utopia. So anyway, they get a small victory here, and Chambers says, you know, I want to stay with you, and when we come up against some Marauders, I want my shot. Anyway, Callisto is pretty much in charge of the Morlocks that are surviving, so I can stay with you guys. Meanwhile, Captain America rocks up and he wants to talk to Scott, even though they're having a private party in Harry's hideaway. To be continued. And then next issue, which I know is already out, and I will get to it at some point, has all these special guests apparently. So, Banshee, Hope, it's pretty cool. I dig it. So yeah, once again, Uncanny X-Men is proven to be very enjoyable again. I'm really loving this series. Loving Scott back in charge. I'm loving the feel, the direction. Everything just seems uncanny. So thank you for watching me. Follow me on Facebook, SmurDP. On Twitter, @SmurDP. No idea what I'm doing, but I'm there. And embrace the geekiness. Take care. Goodbye.